fucking hands up. usually the type to rush into the night. This time I can't be speeding. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, my knees on the floor. I'm begging for more. It's you I adore. You took me to see Versailles in the middle of July. I'll fall into the deep end, giving into my feelings, afraid to go on this ride. I'm scared to crash inside. This time I might be speeding. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, my knees on the floor. I'm begging for more. It's you I
It is possible! We can see Game 2. It is happening here. The casters have started the game. Sekio, this is the most hype I've been all day, including all of Game 1, and it is literally the loading screen for Game 2.
Game 2 is finally here, and we're gonna witness the actual game actually starts. And hello boys, welcome to the Summoner's Rift, and we are gonna unfold the draft. I know, like, it's been forever, almost. I mean,
Let's break it down. All right, let's see what we got. Well, let's see what we've got. Indeed, a little bit of early trading onto that Shen in the top side, on the side of Valhalla Berserkers, whom in the top side. He is playing that Shen. We have Lego Alien there on the Xin Zhao. Snipper, their mid laner, is back and will be playing the mid lane, the Kassadin, if you can believe it. And in the bot lane, we have Yoshi and X Irony on Jinx and Seraphine, respectively. On the red side, Miaw has selected a Rumble for their top laner, who is previously their mid laner, top laner Joel. I believe part of the reason of the extended pulse is that their main top laner, the power in his city went out. We are exceptionally cursed here today, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. They're in the jungle. They have a very powerful pick in the Nocturne, but there is no ball. It was used in the last game, and that's the power Fearless. Then we see in the mid lane the Galio, which probably, I imagine, was stolen specifically to make sure it couldn't be played in the top lane to counter the Rumble. And then bot lane, we have the Lucian and the Leona. Not traditionally a Lucian pick, but he does have the updated version of the passive that they did about a year ago. where he now works with CC and not just empowered auto attacks.
So, that's unbelievable. We're here at game 2, top side, and the flash is out. We're gonna see
Flash,
the
and it's a
crowd.
1-for-1, Sekio. Both top laners expending their flash. First blood goes over to whom, but there's no bonus gold in it anymore. And in the bot side, we have a bit of a trade going on. The stun comes down. Can Leona gets damage, the extra power from the passive, but Yoshi's flashing forward, trying to find the auto, doesn't find it. Fire can Fan do what needs to be done. Cannot. The extra range on Fishbones will find the armored Solari, and we have the second kill of game 2. Or second kill for Valhalla Berserkers, third kill of game 2. I know how to count.
What lane? Blue?
It might be more, might be claiming that feat of warfare. Shadow Boy able to pick up the kill onto that Seraphine, and it's 2-2 here. These teams were not happy about the extended pause. They want to fight.
Long fights and short bosses at the top side. I can see the W that's being popped off by Shimbara. Like, it's not that important when you're playing versus a champion that's based on just flaming everybody, having the running flame top side. I don't see any jungler going towards top besides like Zen at this point of the game. Only Zen Zhao, and the rest they are focusing top side.
On that focus towards the bot side, did pick up that kill onto the Seraphine. Shadow Boy getting that good gank in while there were overextended. Here in the top side, we are seeing a lot of trades, and Shen, maybe a better matchup into the Rumble than is expected because of his constant ability to generate shield, and he is able to bait in Joel enough, and that's the feat of warfare. Lego Alien able to pick up the kill onto Joel, but here in the mid lane, it might be traded back. Sniffer getting very low. The Winds of War will get him below about 25% HP, but he's not deterred, continuing to play in the wave. The Winds of War get him once again very low. He's taking a lot of damage from those minions, but has not fallen yet.
With lane, they are pretty stuck under the turret, and at this point of the game, I believe like you need some Galio's heroes entrance and bot side. You need some reinforcements. You need something to help you do them dirty. They're overpushed and they're trying to control this whole area, and I believe like controlling this sort of places is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, the current map state a little funky at the moment, constantly getting shoved in. Part of the issue with the Lucian, when he does not have, you know, an enchanter with him, he does struggle to go forward. He now needs the Leona to be the one to go forward, but Leona not having any success at that at the moment. Surprised that they aren't trying to just force constantly. Leona and Lucian feels like such a powerful laning duo. You have one of the best early game ADCs and an exceptionally powerful early game support. Your jungler has been hovering this side of the map, and yet you are ceding space to an enchanter and a late game hyperscaler. You gotta be way more committal. Part of playing the Leona is just bullying the enemy laners, using your constant threat of massive CC and extra damage for your ADC to just force people out. They are not taking advantage of that. Here in the mid, oh, wait, never mind. We might finally see the Leona go in, but that's a little bit ill-timed as Lego Alien is there trying to help out his bot lane, and a huge shield from the Shen stand united, and that's gonna be disaster in the bot side. 3 kills, 4-0. Valhalla is looking to make quick work in game 2, already up 6-2.
The turn is real, and yes, Stand United does make wonders in the bot side. N9TF, like, you feel that they got the perfect opportunity for them to go for a team fight, to lock in on some kills, but guess what, like, you don't have that damage to go for that trade. And yeah, once you felt you're so cozy, you're so confident, like, yeah, we're winning anyway this team fight. Here is when it gets interesting. Yeah, guess what, like, not anymore.
Yeah, probably going to be a very, very boring lane in the bot side now. Again, you're entirely pressured as Leona to make things happen early when you're at your most passive, or at your most powerful rather. Leona wants to be proactive. At level 2, you should be rushing at those minions, trying to get that level 2 before your enemy team, and then as soon as you hit level 2 and they're still level 1, you should go beat their head in with EQ. Just make them miserable. Did not find that. Now the Jinx is significantly ahead of the Lucian. The Lucian has to use the culling just to try and grab some minions. The extra range from Fishbones at those early levels, doing quite a bit of work. Here we are, Scrap in the mid lane, trying to go in, forced back out by Lego Alien's ultimate. Snipper getting low. That's been the one bright spot for Miaw so far, has been here in this mid lane. The Galio is at least constantly getting pushed, but he's still losing out on farm overall, and so it feels like there are 0 strong positions on the map for the side of Miaw. They were able to pick up the Void Grubs, however, at least one Void Grub will be in their pocket. They're gonna try and look for a few more, but whom is giving vision, and they are trading over the Hextech Drake, Sekio.
Drake is gonna be spawning. If I'm not mistaken.
No, Drake just died. Drake just died.
So they got Drake on the other side. I believe that we have N9TF. They got the 3 Void Grubs, which is gonna help them a lot when it comes to clearing turrets, when it comes to pushing their limits, when it comes to having some side lane pressure. I believe that's gonna be their call. They're not gonna be looking for so much team fight. All that they need is actually just like playing turrets like this, just like what Jinx do. Yeah, the opposite team of
Valhalla
like
currently sieging.
yeah, that's not the correct team, but like she's doing good.
She's explaining your point. This is what the other team should be doing, guys. Meanwhile, in the top side, whom more than willing to trade. That's the power of that Shen. If you get the Spirit Blade through your opponent, lots of % health damage, lots of extra attack speed. That taunt manages to find its way through the Winds of War, poking Snipper down a little lower. The extra shield from the Shield of Durand going to keep Strange Bounty very healthy. A good CC chain. Are they going to find the kill? They're going for the tower dive. The Stand United will buy some time, but it does not save Yoshi. But it's a 1-for-1 trade. 1-for-2 trade. The immediate punish there from Lego Alien. Valhalla Berserkers are all over this one, and Miaw is already in disarray, down 2,500 gold 10 minutes into the game.
When you feel that you own the game, when you feel that you don't have anything else to lose, you immediately get rejected. And look at what happened. Like, that was a huge turn. Stand United being invested in the bot side, and then you saw them just like gathering, moving around. Yeah, this kill is gonna be mine. So a lot of good kills, a lot of good advantages you can utilize toward your side. Speaking of having an advantage, the whole team are starting to feel that, like, yeah, we can just like move like this and get one.
You can see the Shen's Hollow Radiance doing a lot of work there in that top side, keeping him safe from the the Rumble's passive damage there with that Q constantly burning him down. You can see now here the XPs again. The only bright spot for the side of Miaw is that their mid laner is holding his own. He is treading water and trying to keep his XP up. But on the flip side, it is just Valhalla that seems to be getting ahead in every category. Even the support is a whole level up on their opponent, more than a level up on their opponent. It's a very tough situation.
From Jinx Rocket.
He did. Did Joel just die on the bot side? All right, while we were discussing XP, Joel just perished from a Jinx Rocket. And one of the powerful things about Whom investing, I wanted to call this out. He invested to stand united to get all of that shielding down, but because Jinx died, Whom did not have to go to the bot side. Got to stay up there in the top lane and continue collecting his XP.
And also at this point of the game, minute 12, you're closing to finish
the solar eclipse will go wide. Encore finds its mark. Is it going to be enough? The Drunk One dashing around. The stun does go through, but it's not enough to save the Drunk One. Lucian will find Jinx, but Seraphine will find Lucian. Stand united, invested maybe a bit late, but Xin Zhao will be there to cover in the top side. Not too much of this minion golden XP is going to go to waste. Trading here in the mid lane, and it's messy, it's gross, but in the top side, Lego Alien picks up a kill. Doesn't matter that Shadow Boy invested the ultimate. He might fall now. The flash forward, unable to follow up. That might be it. Finally, it calms down. No, here in the mid lane, I think they still want to scrap. The Winds of War goes too short. Does not find the CC and the damage. But now it is Whom on the run. Fan trying to go forward. Gets the stun down. Drunk One moving forward. I don't think he's going to have anything near enough damage to cut through the Shen now.
A lot of questions for this game. The scoreboard said it all. The goal difference, the advantage when it comes to turret plates, and the 1.3k gold in the hands of Jinx is just too disturbing for N9TF. And right now 2v1 in bot side. Shen is proof.
Shen utilizing the Spirit's Refuge, able to just barely dodge out on a couple of those auto attacks. Now here in the mid lane, it is the bot lane for Valhalla Berserkers, finding plenty of damage on a Joel, but did they overplay their hand? Shadow Boy comes forward, but he can't kill the Jinx. All of that extra damage. Joel and Shadow Boy on the run. Gonna be plenty of more free farm. Per the side, never mind! Super Mega Death Rocket comes in! And that's a kill over to the Jinx. 5, 2, and 3.
You're not safe anywhere in these summoners. If that's gonna be the rule when you're playing versus Jinx, when you're playing versus Valhalla Berserkers, and at this point, minute 15, no turret in mid lane, full blades in bot lane, and Valhalla are looking pretty solid this game. Also, having 2 Drakes, minute 15 it's not the best, but like when you see the gold, it's really important. And yeah, you can see a Rod of Ages completed in the hands of Kassadin. He's already scaling. We know, like, when you see Kassadin, you just need level 16 and this game is over. And now they're trying to fight over Rift Herald.
Yeah, a fight coming through, and the calling immediately going to pick up Snipper. That means Valhalla Berserkers, if they want to continue this, they are down to them, but they don't care. The walls are too big. Encore will find the goal immediately through 4. Yoshi's picking up the kills, and he's going to go all the way through. Triple kill for the Jinx. 9, 2, and 3. Unstoppable. Unbelievable. Quadra kill for Yoshi.
Blink and you miss it. The perfect ultimate from Seraphine, and then the perfect follow-up from the rest of the team. 4 kills in the hands of Jinx. And yeah, man, like, even though we're just minute 16, I feel like this game is pretty close to being over. A lot of gold, a lot of resources, and a lot of commitment happened in the previous team fight, and right now 1v1 on the outside.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Normally, a 7k goal lead is a lot. You'd be willing to say the game is clearly in the hands of Valhalla. It's clearly favoring them. But here's what I'll say. I normally would never call a game over because of a 7k gold lead, even at 16 minutes. Because there's always that glimmer of hope. I have seen, oh my god! Are you serious? Joel is magnetic. The rocket will find home again. Call it the season 1 finale of Arcane. Super Mega Death Rocket's gonna kill them all. Yoshi picking up his 10th kill of the match. And what I was saying about the game maybe not being over, because I've seen teams like Loud or KT Rolster, those big heavy flippy teams that love to just flip games on their heads, right? Maybe they can come back. But the problem is, look at Valhalla's comp. They have Jinx. They have Kassadin. They are scaling. Who is scaling on the side of Miaw? It's nobody!
Nobody is scaling, and nobody is gonna be able to survive the super mega death rocket. A quadra kill shifted the game rhythm itself, and it gives us the energy to watch game 2, 3, 4. Even if you're gonna go to game number 5, we're super ready to this thing. Valhalla, they need to try to focus to play on the next objective, which is gonna be spawning in 2 minutes. That Drake. Also, you know that the Atakan is gonna be spawning 1 minute later. You should put your vision, put anything in your hands, but right now mid lane is gonna be your playground.
It's not gonna matter. Yoshi picks up the kill. He's going forward. He's looking for another one. The rockets are going quite insane. The extra range doing so much. 2 kills for Lego Alien. And something I was going to call out before we got another fight there in the mid lane is that the Otacon and the Dragon are on exactly synced timers, which is kind of interesting, really. The Dragon is going to come up at exactly 20 minutes. Which, you know, that's pretty fun. That's about as fast as it can. It's about as fast as it can get there. Yoshi coming through, finds another one, gets excited out of the turret range. This game could be over before 20 minutes. Yoshi is untouchable, taking tower shots at the Stand United. Super Mega Death Rocket finds the mark once again. Encore over the top, coming through with the zap. Boom, picks up the kill on Fan. He gets ignited. But can the redemption save his life? No, it cannot. Yoshi now trapped here underside the tower, but Lego Alien picked up at least 1 kill. And now they're gonna try and retreat back and take this tower. I think if Valhalla plays that a little bit tighter, they genuinely could have ended the game off of that fight. Miaw needs to find some way to play together, because this Yoshi is not going down. No, observer! Oh, no!
This rocket. He
doesn't have it up. He doesn't have it up. They used it in the last fight. And now the Jinx playing a dangerous game, but going to go ahead and back away. The Super Mega Death Rocket up in 3 seconds. If it had been up a little earlier, maybe it could have found an extra kill.
This Loco Jinx got 3.5 items in minute 20 plus a full
that's not. Oh, the Jinx has 4,000 gold. The Jinx has a 4,000 gold lead on their opponent. There is a 10,000 gold lead in the game. 3.7k is just Jinx beating Lucian. Absolute domination from Yoshi. And this guy was playing mid lane last game, right? I mean, they won with this guy on mid lane. How good is he here in the bot side? If he plays like this for the rest of the series, if he plays like this in the finals, there'll be no question about who's going to take those games.
A lot of questions for them. And at this point, you're just trying to make any catches at N9TF. You're pretty low on damage on everything. The rockets are just gonna rock you, Wolf. And the Super Mega Death
the rockets are rocking. The Super Mega Death Rocket of all things has already gone out. Jinx finds the kill. Jinx finds 2, gets excited. Jinx finds 3. Jinx finds a 4th, finally, but does not get the pentakill because Lego Alien was the one who picked up that 4th kill. If I'm Yoshi, I'm screaming at you in chat because that was mine. That was mine. But an ace is an ace. The game is the game, and they're gonna immediately come over here and start up the Otacon. I've never seen a game that's more turbo over. The only game I have seen in my entire history of watching, casting, or playing League of Legends is a singular game in the CB LoL about 2 years ago where Furia ended the game, killed the enemy Nexus in 19 minutes. And it was the most beautiful game I had ever seen. But we're gonna get a damn close second here because Valhalla are up 29-7. Second, what more do we say about this game?
This game is just like a rockin' snowball game when you have nothing to do. Like, how can you stop the Jinx? I don't know. You might need to pray. You might need to I don't know, like.
I love that
If
metaphor, the rock in the snowball, because I feel like Meow came expecting to play a very different sort of game, a friendly snowball fight, and Valhalla came to bloody some noses. And speaking of, Snipper is going forward, the lights go out. Can they find the CC? This could be a good pick, but the Jinx is kiting. That's one. Now they're excited. They're going forward. Rockets, zap, rockets. The big rocket finds another kill. Joel is attracted to these rockets because they keep hitting him in the mouth and picking up a kill. I genuinely think 4 of Joel's 9 deaths are all super mega death rocket. Now, Boom is a little far forward. His team's not with them. They're trying to pick up the inhibitor, but it still doesn't matter. Lego Alien and Whom are putting down the damage, but now the Jinx is here, and it's all over. It's all Valhalla. Berserkers they are. Berserker they did, and the game is over in only 23 minutes.
23 minutes, that was the number for Valhalla to be able to finish game number 2 in our best of 5. 23 minutes were enough. 23 minutes, 4 item into Jinx, 4 items into Yuchi. This guy, make him play mid. Maybe AD carry next game you can put him in top lane, but you know he's gonna be impactful. And for this game, we all believe, we all knew that he should be the MVP. 19, 2, and 10. Like, the score speaks for itself.
The score absolutely does speak for itself. And now that I'm done screaming my throat raw about it, I want to talk about like the genius of the itemization here. I think very much for Jinx. They just immediately went into the Kraken because of the changes to Kraken Slayer. Despite its name, it is far better into squishies. And then they went with percent pen with the Lord Dominic's regards and the extra movement speed from the spectral waltz passive there, and so they're just inescapable. As soon as they started moving, it was like as soon as you were in range, it was already too late. A masterclass of a game. It's one thing to get such a gold lead, but it's another thing to continue to accelerate it over a 20,000 gold lead, a nearly 23,000 gold lead for the team here. Just massively insane. Or 23,000 damage lead, my apologies. A 15,000 gold lead is nothing to sneeze at. And at this point, if you are Meow, you have to be wondering, what do we even do for game 3? It's gotta not feel great.
Like, if you're Meow, what should you do? That's a really good question. But to answer this question, we're gonna wait till we see the next draft, the game number 3. Will Meow be able to get back, or our voices are gonna take their rest and Valhalla takes the lead and reach to the finals?
Welcome back to the Emerald semifinals here at Merc Academy, and the fastest game in perhaps the league's history does deserve the fastest pause. We are immediately back with the draft, and MIAW has decided to go for the blue side this time. Maybe they have realized that it is, it is the way forward, and immediately a couple of good picks, picking the Nami first here. And then watching the enemy team pick J4 into it has to feel really good. Nami, very good at canceling out those big, hard, heavy engagers. Wukong, additionally, having the better of the Wukong versus J4 matchups across a number of different leagues all year. And the Smolder to give them an infinitely scaling angle. We weren't sure who was going to scale for them last game. They never got the chance to ask that question. And this game, it is going to be the Smolder. But on the flip side, Lulu Twitch is a very lethal lane combination.
Lulu Twitch, like the last time I saw this game, or like this thing, it was years ago. And it didn't look good. Like when you play versus Lulu Twitch, when you play versus that Ringer Yumi do that, somehow you get like a certain player into a certain elo that he only plays Ringer Yumi or Yumi top lane with the Jax jungle. Have you ever seen this one?
No. I'll be honest, Sekio, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, that's something we call elo boosting when you're playing with Lulu and Twitch. When you're playing with those characters, you need to buff your allies to give them the chance to just open up the fires. And speaking of Yuchi, first game, like on the previous game, he nailed it on the ADC rule. So if you're gonna be playing on Yuchi, like I believe that's gonna be your win condition for this game. Maybe you need one more tank. I think Galio been taken. Galio's off the table.
Galio is off the
So
board. So is the Shen. We see the final bands coming out here.
the
And
global. Like what globals do we still have?
what globals do we still
Global
have?
ultimate.
I don't think
Mystic
that's going to
Fate.
answer our question. Global ultimates. I mean, Ash Arrow. I mean, they have both ADCs picked, but like Ash
They
Arrow is
get
technically still
those.
there.
He like travels a lot of. I mean, like a lot of.
Briar ultimate, pretty long range, almost global. I don't think that's answering our question though, as we do see the Zoe picked up in the mid lane. I think Valhalla Berserkers, they're up 2-0. They won that last game so quick. They just kind of want to have a little fun with it, because this is a comp that's gonna kill you fast if it works. But they have to have specific setup to make it work. The flag and drag into the Cataclysm will find a lot of value, trapping people there for Twitch to fire upon, for the Zoe to get a number of huge big damage combos through. But if you don't find, if the J4 is forced out of these fights by people like the Nami, like the Mel, or maybe the Renekton, then it's going to be tough for Valhalla Berserkers to have a cohesive way forward in fights. I would like to see them pick up, one big frontliner that can also work as an engage. Do we have Scion? Is Scion still playable? I don't think there was a Scion in game 1.
I don't think.
Orn would work. If you're I don't know how much the stream is delayed, but if you're watching the stream, pick Orn. Ah!
He's going for the
I don't like the Malphite here. Not a fan.
Let me see. I mean, Orn is looking better, but like still, Malphite is one of those champions that he just got the go button. Like, yeah,
He does have the go button, but it's a much shorter go button, Sekio.
But it works. It works fine.
The range isn't very long on it. It's kind of easy for like think about how fast Nami, Smolder, like Mel, Renekton, they can all move pretty quick. They can kind of kite you out as Malphite. You can't kite out Ornhorn, bro. Call of the Forge God, he's gonna come out and get you. But these are our drafts. We're gonna take a quick minute to collect ourselves. I need to probably calm down and Then we're going to come back for game 3. And if N9TF MIAW want to keep this going, they're going to have to play out of their minds. But that and more in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Fade away. Go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. Stars will always come down. So before we come down, down, down. Go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. Go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. Show me where all your secrets lie and where your wild things go. Time ain't ever been on our side, so between now and till we go home. Oh, 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 say what you're dying to say. No, oh, oh, tonight we're stars, but we'll fade away. Oh, go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. Stars will always come down. So before we come down, down, down. Stars will always come down. Go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. Go on, light me up. Oh, go on, light me up while we're golden. Come on, light me up. Oh, come on, light me up before we come down. What does it mean to be happy? 'Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty. Man, we just putting on the show. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like, what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. Oh, broken dreamer, is your mind? All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes to the darkness, into the night. Oh, broken dreamer, is your mind? All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes to the darkness, into the night. Put your fucking hands up.
right, we are on the Rift for Game 3. Do or die for N9TF. Meow needs to pick up at least a game at this stage. It is all or nothing, Sekio. One more win for Valhalla Berserkers, and they punch their ticket to the finals. And a rematch with Sabumathu.
One more ticket, one more game, and if you're gonna speak about the draft, I believe like this draft's gonna be the ideal draft to make them get closer one step more into the turn, into the comeback of this series. You can see the balance, you can see the front line, you can see the damage, the scaling, and everything looking perfect for them. On the other side, I won't say like they're having a pretty bad draft, but like I still don't benefit or like don't like the Twitch thing. But like all in all, both drafts looks good, and in mid lane, Twitch is hunting.
Yeah, level 1 gank. Yoshi wants a kill early, flashes for it, finds it. Can he get out though, or is he gonna get traded back? Snipper gonna have to go ahead and start fleeing. X Irony on the way out as well, and you might be worried that we're wasting a lot of time here, but the other team is doing so as well just to force you out, and Snipper gonna try and get more and more poke in, and all of a sudden this is a very violent start to the game. A kill less than 2 minutes in. We're not even at our proper lane assignments. The drunk one might be able to trade one back though. Smolder does plenty of damage, and Snipper just overconfident. Thinks maybe a Zoe Q will do more than it does, and the drunk one is able to trade one back. So now it's a 1-for-1 trade in what was a great level 1 play to disrupt and forcibly change the lane assignments. Has suddenly turned back and is now just an even play.
Even play bottom bot lane. We're seeing Mel playing AD carry, Smolder mid lane. That's like there is some shift in the wind. Slice and dice.
It makes some sense. I mean, think about it. You know, it's not like you would want to play Mel into the champion who throws a bunch of projectiles at you that you can reflect.
But still, like, Mel can just like, yeah. Oh yeah, you can't. You just can't.
You could just press the W and then perhaps, you know, reflect the massive amount of damage from the Zoe.
Oh,
But I digress.
Oh, Zoe, okay. I thought that you were saying from the Twitch. Speaking of Twitch.
No. I think the logic behind why they have swapped here is that the bot lane Smolder is just so vulnerable to being pressured, and this is a very high threat, like high kill lane with a ganking jungler, and so they don't want to deal with that. And they can just get some, you know, more kills into Drunk One. They have traded in the mid lane 1-for-1. The barrier picked up, but immediately used and not able to find the value. The rebuttal comes out, and just in time, Meow pick up the 3rd kill just before Valhalla does, and that means it's gonna be the feat of warfare over to Meow, but only barely. Sekio, this is kind of just an insane game. I'm struggling to believe what I'm seeing, because both teams are just rock fighting, just taking a big stack full of coins and just mashing it into the other team's face.
We're at minute 4 and both teams are just fist fighting all in all in mid lane. Just speaking about fist fighting, Trundle, Woking is just going for it. At the same time, top side, Unstoppable Force is not gonna be an option here. Slice and dice to survive, to get some space for you. Have to have something on top side.
Yeah, has to use the slice and dice to get out. Very low. Very low.
Like the movement. And my eye.
Now they have the duo here in the mid lane. The Drowsy comes out, Sleepy Trouble Bubble. The bubble does not find Snipper, barely able to get out. And Snipper has refused to back down, just dies to the Achoo with a little extra comet over the top. And this is like odd behavior from Snipper. I'm not really sure what's going on. They played very competently on the Kassadin last game and are now just completely overconfidently stepping forward on this Zoe. And it's the one thing that's keeping Miao in this game is that the Smolder has picked up 3 kills and he's easily the hardest scaling champ on the Rift.
Like, just imagine, like, Smolder is one of those champions that needs to scale, to buy items, to stack, to be able to become online. And you're like, yeah, you need this? Oh yeah, you can just, like, have it, no cost. Early game, you're gonna be enjoying it. And that's just something you don't want to see. Exactly like Mill, projectile and movement here. She's gonna die from auto attacks. And, impressive.
It's just been a complete mess of a start to this game. We're 6 minutes in and we have had 8 kills. The ultimate comes through. Make that 9 as Joel will catch a whole mountain to the mouth as Whom goes forward. And now they're trying to take down the Smolder. Lego Alien does do it, but he's a little far forward. Shadow Boy isn't able to find any value. Fan tried to come over and help his jungler, just immediately died for his sins. A good use of the rebuttal, dodges out on a little bit of damage. If one more auto would execute Snipper, but not able to find it, and Snipper just barely gonna be able to get away. Did use the ignite. This is an insane game, and now it is Valhalla Berserkers after that mid lane play that have taken a slight advantage.
Mid lane, nothing's gonna be happening there, but the Drake is gonna be secured for Team Valhalla. The jungler, I believe the Jerva needs to recall, buy some items, but like before recalling, I can see a pretty good angle in mid lane. He can have a deep dive as Cataclysm. They're going for it.
No, there's vision. I believe that spotted J4, might try and force it anyways, but the bubble there from the Nami going to go ahead and do just enough. Actually, Ghost was expended there by Yoshi. That is a pretty significant resource for the Twitch down. He now has no summoner spells and no real way to escape. Joel stepping forward, but taking so much damage from the Malphite, building complete armor. That knockup does fine. Cataclysm comes out. The mom comes over the top, but it's J4 who finds the first kill of this bout. Finds Fan again. And X-Irony, after his jungler falls, is just going to step away. But what should have been probably a free kill for MIAW, still, the Valhalla Berserkers is able to find something back.
Trazen in top lane, the unstoppable force is not going to be enough. Dominance already progged, and some of this advantage is being taken off. Also slicing dice again. Ultimate coming out from Demel and the bot side, flashing indeed the brush, but that's not gonna be enough for you to survive. Auto attacks to death, and another kill to Mr. Snipper.
Yeah, Snipper now 3-3-1, making up a little bit of ground for having given Smolder all of those kills early on. And Whom just does so much damage. And think about this, he doesn't even have the Thorn Mail to cut down on the Renekton healing it. He just went straight into the Warden's Mail to cut down on the damage and trade out just massive thunderclaps. And Joel just does not seem to have an answer.
A really good question. What's the answer for this game? I believe like it's dead equal. 1k gold advantage for Valhalla is not like that pretty big gold difference. It's pretty nothing, and at this point you can see that call is it's midway for Twitch, so he needs to finish the call to get the extra gold. I believe Twitch is one of those champions that he doesn't have that much. Oh my god!
The value of the Zoe, so much damage. And 1k gold, you're right, only 700 gold up is not that big of a deal. We have to remember that the gold lead was almost like 2,000 in favor of Miao at one point. It has, you know, kind of immediately revolving doored back out the other way. These teams refuse to just stop fist fighting each other. I'm like kind of waiting for it to be like a 2 kill per minute game somehow. Speaking of, Sleepy Trouble Bubble finds its mark, body blocking, but it doesn't matter. Immediately the Paddle Star will still connect. The Drunk One falls low, and that's going to be a serious issue. They have a dragon to deal with in about a minute, and he's not going to find a recall timer here.
No recall timer, also unstoppable forces ready in top side, and that's gonna be the call.
Joel is just a ultimate magnet. The unstoppable force finds him once again, and it will be not him to fall, but actually his mid laner down in the bot lane gets ganked there by Lego Alien and Valhalla Berserkers all over the map, setting up, you know, uneven opportunities where they've got more members than you. And they're using this to their advantage. They're going to get a lot of pressure here in the bot lane. They have constant pressure here in the mid lane. And they've got a dragon to look for in just over a minute.
Like when you see Mill, you know that she's pretty good into side lane. She's pretty good versus, like, if you're using projectiles, you can just like flip them back, flip the script, write your own one. But all what we're seeing here is just a sad Mill getting caught in side lane. And right now, let's take a look at the junglers and what's gonna be the next objective. And that's not gonna be the Rift Trail. We still need 3 more minutes. Drake's exactly in 20 seconds. You're gonna have the Chemtech Drake, which is gonna give you a little bit advantage when it comes to shield, when it comes to healing, and also when it comes to tenacity. So a pretty important Drake. You wanna play around it, and you need the set vision for that thing.
Yeah, both teams having an enchanter, getting a lot of value out of that Drake, but it's going to be Snipper that falls here in the bot lane. Overconfidence, the hubris, the victim once again, or the root cause of the issue perhaps. As Snipper falls, which means his team is going to have to play from a deficit. Immediately, the flag and drag into the Cataclysm, but it's J4 who's stuck in the circle, and Strange Bounty's going to pick up that kill. They're immediately going forward, and Miao, now that they can fight as 5, are finding value. 2 more kills into the Smolder. They're happy about that, and the gold lead has ping-ponged once again in Miao's favor. They're about 1,000 gold up, and they're going to pick themselves up that delicious Chemtech Drake that you were talking about.
You call the fight, you see one, and that shifted the momentum to the hands of N9TF, and they look a lot better when it comes to team fighting. I don't see the full potential showing from Valhalla. You're not seeing the rat-tat Twitch moving, you're not seeing the Zoe damage, and for side lane, I believe that it's gonna be hard to kill this small fight.
Yeah, it is so tough. Joel has just been getting his head beaten with a rock all game. And you know what? I guess that's the advantage of not taking the Ornn, is Whom just said, no. I don't need to play for the team. I'm going to play former Malphite. I'm going to beat this guy's teeth in. And beat the teeth in he has. It's been really tough for Joel to get much of anything going. It's almost admirable that he is still even in farm, despite having been solo boloed twice by that Malphite, constantly eating ults over and over. We might finally see a lull state here, Sekio. I might finally give you a chance to talk about the Rift, talk about what our objectives are. But just as I say that, the Smolder's going forward, and he's already got an item and a half, and he does so much damage. And that's the problem with the J4. Smolder is such a good response because he can just flat over the Cataclysm wall. Mom comes through, does not get the kill, but in the same breath does heal Smolder, and that means the Ignite won't get the kill the other way. Smolder's very low, but he does have an enchanter to heal him up. And I'm so sorry, Sekio. I baited you. I said, you're finally going to get to talk about the Rift. You're going to be able to do color caster things. And instead, they're just breaking into a fight everywhere. Under the turret, here comes the wild growth. The Twitch doesn't find the kill, but the Zoe does. But it's back 1/4. Chatboy takes down Yoshi. Gets a double kill. Can he get out? Takes so much damage from that paddle star, but does not fall. And it's just a chaotic, messy rock fight everywhere on the Rift.
Your team is just baiting you. That's the headline for the previous team fight. You saw Twitch. He felt himself. He just wanted to move slow, get a steady, and try to dive this mid laner. But guess what? He didn't have the damage, and he immediately got landed with a huge bubble, and you are out. That was like, it was in a blink of an eye. No time to discuss. And
we have another gank here. Can they get the stun off? Whom is just so hard to kill though. The unstoppable force. My goodness. Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. But not for Malphite. It's one and he's looking for a second. Can he get it? And no, the Wukong just barely able to slip away. Whom smartly backing out. He sees the Smolder coming, dodges out on that, Chu there. Mom comes over the top, does not find the kill. And my goodness, what a game this top laner is having. He's playing out of his absolute mind.
Even when he's playing just tank, when he's just going for the full resistance build, he's not going for some fancy Luden's companion item, he's not going for an AP item, he is just doing what they are capable of doing and even more into the game. Twitch side lane is just like trying to get some EXP, stay and maintain the same level.
Star doing plenty of damage at this point. This is only about 1.5 items in. The Zoe going to be more and more of a problem for the relatively squishy comp of Miao. They don't have a true tank. Speaking of a true tank, it is Whom stepping forward once again, causing problems with that W, that thunderclap. But he is going to be forced to back away. We might see a fight brewing at Rift Herald here, Sekio. You think this is smart? Should Miao force this? Well, they're going to. Out comes the Cyclone. Cataclysm in return. Whom gets a kill on Fan Fan. And it's Yoshi free firing through over the top. Finally able to get value out of this Twitch, but it's Shadow Boy. He steals the Rift Herald. That gives them the feats of monster slaying. That gives them the feats of strength. And all of a sudden, disaster for Valhalla Berserkers. A double kill with the ultimate strange bounty. Doing things as Mel does not fall to the Twitch venom. And what looked like such a powerful play, Valhalla stepping forward and easy as you like game plan, and instead Miao got all they wanted and more.
Minute 18, almost 30 kill across the board, almost. Rift Herald the mid lane, and
he's gonna get a knockup, and that means Xyrony might die. You see the bounce over from the Nami W, all the little Rift Heralds guys, all the little grubbies trying to get some value there, but aren't gonna find it. Xyrony has to run away though, and that means for just a moment, Miao is going to find some value here on the Rift. I think they're gonna start up that Dragon, Sekio.
yes, the Drake is gonna be taken here from this Wukong, and finally we have a moment to see what's actually happening. I like the fact that Malphite's not gonna give us this moment, and
here comes the Dominus, but Whom is not deterred. He still does not have any Thornmail components other than a Ruby Crystal. He just refuses to buy anti-heal. He says, I don't need it. That is for the weak. I will simply out-damage the man. And he's making it work 4-0 here on this Malphite. might be about to be 5-0. Joel goes forward. It is Yoshi that picks up the kill, but Whom does not die to the tower damage. And my goodness, the Paddle Star comes through. Mom heals up Smolder just a little bit more, and he does live, and that means Snipper stepping too far forward once again and getting punished by Shadow Boy.
Oh boy, that T1 top lane is gonna be out. Renekton is out, but look at this damage! Poof! Blink and you miss it. This rat is going back to his house. No more top lane, no more movement. And yeah, you just like, when you think about it, I don't think that he had the reflections in him to actually to react to Mill's damage, to Mill's movement. Mill got only Ludin's companion and a sorcery boots plus a 900 item gold and a small book. So like that's nothing fancy. When you see an actual damage, an actual fed Mill, you're gonna regret every donation you give her when it comes to kills.
Yeah, now the Otacon is the look for these teams. It has spawned just over 50 or so seconds ago. And Sekio, I kind of want to pose the question to you. The gold here is favoring Miao, but at this Otacon, in this jungle choke point, which team do you favor the team fight if they have to fight there?
For the team fights, I'm still gonna go with N9TF. Look at Smolder. I wanna check the stats. It's not showing in the layout for this moment, but like still, the numbers are high. You can see that it's getting closer to 200. It used to. We used to see it from the older version of.
You can see it. It's on the so what we can see right now, he has 9.2k gold. That ties him essentially for top in the game, and it's over 1,000 more than the highest player on Valhalla, which is it is their mid laner. It is their mid laner. It's sorry, not their mid laner. They are ADC. We might see an engage here. Cataclysm comes over the top, but the tidal wave gets the interrupt, and Yoshi finally able to take down Strange Bounty. But now they're kiting backwards. Everyone's going forward on the side of Miao. They're trying to pick up the kills, and the observer camera is a little far off kilter. So he mixed Joel, finally finding X Irony, and he gets his first kill of the game. Still going forward. May he get his second? No, he gets denied, and the kill goes over to the Smolder, and I don't think there's going to be a team fight. I think this is going to be an Otacon for Miao.
A 1-4-3 when it comes to the team fight, and currently they're just shifting their focus to the Otacon, which is going to help them a lot when it comes to having extra XP, when it comes to giving them extra adaptive force, and no one is here to contest. And Valhalla, they fall into the trap. They lost the place that they were going to, and at this point N9TF are just ruling the game by the rules. We do what we need, we do what we must to just get this W, and for that they can just like play again and again around Wukong. He got already 2 items completed, and his damage across any team fight is gonna be magnificent. And
the Mel immediately deletes Yoshi. My goodness.
That was personal. Like the last kill, this one was totally personal.
It felt that way for certain. Eliminated with prejudice, and we can see that the Smolder has stacked up to 192 stacks there on the Dragon Practice, and has 3 total items, including that ever important value from that from the rapid fire cannon, able to get that extra range onto the Q, able to engage essentially that damage ability from so much further out. The point and click does extend with his attack range. trying to get a split map going, trying to be up here in the top side. It's going to force a play. There is the CC, but a good flash. But it does not prevent the Cataclysm. And that is going to be the Mel falling to this Malphite. The bright spot for Valhalla is that the Malphite is kind of playing out of his mind. A cross-map play here. It's going to be the Dragon for a kill and a tower. Do you feel that that's worth it?
It's totally worth it when you can't even contest the Drake. So yeah, you're just gonna leave it up and you're gonna go for the cross map play tier 2 on the top side, and a huge shutdown, getting smolder maybe, and at that time mid lane.
Ratata gets the ultimate going, but it doesn't matter. Bomb comes over the top and sweeps them both up in a fiery doom. I heard burning to death's one of the worst ways to go, and the drunk one inflicts it upon two of his foes.
And at this point, it's gonna be a green light for the Baron Nashor, but the question is, will we see Lego aliens try to steal? Can he actually steal with the flag and back plus auto attack? Maybe. I think that Cataclysm can be pretty useful. Midlife is gonna be the Baron Nashor 4v3 situation. You can see that on solo full speeds, 5 more seconds, and it's here.
Go in. Baron Nashor is low at only 2,200 health. Here it comes. Everyone uses the ultimate, goes in, but Chatterboy's the one that picks up the objective, and now he picks up Lego Alien as well. And that might have been the Hail Mary play, and it leads to an interception. The Baron buff now up online for the side of MIAW. N9TF MIAW finding their legs here in game 3. They backs are against the wall. They needed something to do, and they're putting up a 1 kill per minute performance for their team, and they are storming the game here in game 3.
If you can't kill them, join them. That's the call, and that's what N9TF are doing at this game. There's just like, yeah, we're not gonna play safe, we're not gonna play passive, we're just gonna turn everything around and get the job done. They are pretty close into finishing this game. They have 7k gold advantage, 7k in 27 minutes, and the problem is you have the gold at the most scariest member, Wukong and Mel. And when you don't respect the Wukong, that you get what you see here in this game.
Do not respect the Wukong, do not respect the Mel, and they got punished for it. The Wukong is 8-0-7, playing absolutely fantastic. And like I said about Valhalla's comp, just it has options, but it struggles to go forward without the use of their top laner or their jungler. And I would have liked to see a top laner that could have hit a more over the top, hit the entire team fight. Whereas the Malphite, in the current way that MIAW are playing, they're so spread out. Even if Malphite is with the team, he's only ever going to be able to hit 1, maybe 2 targets. Here he comes. Maybe he can prove me wrong with a 3-man ultimate. No, he finds 2, but Mel's still able to get some damage over the top. Fan's the first fall, but the drunk one's going to try and get away. Does not find it. And an overextension here. And it might be more because the teleport in from the Renekton is completely ill-advised. Whom is keeping his team in this game in a major way. Shout out boy, just barely able to escape the base there, and that means the Baron buff is gonna end at essentially plus 400 gold after all things are considered. Remember, you get 1,500 just for taking the Baron, so to end with only 1,800, 1,700 gold on your Baron power play does not feel good. You know, Valhalla able to, neutralize the power of that Baron buff, but they do lose an inhib, and another inhib is open. Hopefully they can try and find some plays here to get back into this one.
They need to just like try to farm the gold. That's gonna be opening from the inhibs. You need to get more of like not controlling, at least not giving the enemy team the advantage or like the space to be able to move as easy as possible. Pop blade being popped off, and right now it's gonna be 4v4 on both sides. And trust me, Valhalla, you don't need that. You need to just like leave the team fight, get your W, and just leave forward. When you get your items, it's gonna be easier for you to fight.
tower does fall at the behest of whom, and a huge amount of damage comes forward on the Strange Bounty. The dragon is up in 4 seconds. I imagine that the Valhalla Berserkers are gonna have to fight for this. It is the soul that is on the line, and the Cloud Soul, nonetheless, one of the most powerful souls in the game, and has been for some time. All that extra movement speed is so valuable when you're moving across the map. Here comes the Twitch. The ultimate comes forth, but it's not going to be doing too much. Everyone's flashing out of range, and Shout Out Boy is just going to secure the dragon, and I don't think they're going to look to fight here. They're just trying to leave. The Drunk One takes Battlestar, but has to flash out, and he picks up a kill. And even though they're the ones on the back foot, they're still trying to find value. A good Cyclone there from Shout Out Boy. Gets the knockup, gets the second Cyclone in, and everyone is so low on the side of on N9TF MIAW, but they refuse to fall, and despite the incredibly low health bars, I think that's gonna be game. We're going to game 4. And it's a formality at this point. The tower is going down, the Nexus falling, and it's a easy as you like 30-minute game for N9TF. Over a kill per minute for their team. 53 kills in the game. A bloody, messy affair, but it never looked from the beginning. There was no doubt about N9TF's validity here as the winners. They just controlled the pace of play, and maybe that's what they wanted. They wanted this chaotic, messy rock fight because they were losing out when it was two practiced, proper compositions trying to play against each other. They said, no, we're going to drag you down to our level, and then we're going to drown you.
They sure did drown them at the first game of our series to get to Meow Meow team. And like they actually played so good. Wukong was just like being super proactive. He's made his bot, he's keeping the pressure, and he made that Twitch feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna play Twitch again in my entire life. Plus, he had like always his in his pocket Nami, the extra buffs, the extra damage, the movement speed, and that what made it special. Beside, like you can't just like deny Mel, even when you're losing a lot of trades, a lot of 1v1s. You can see the trading pattern is looking pretty good for her.
Yeah, we're just going to have to see how this looks going forward, because if the reverse sweep is going to be on the table, it's going to have to come out from essentially just the Drunk One there. Look at that damage, the difference in damage between the two teams, but it didn't matter. It was so easy, those ending team fights, for them to cut through. Do they have 2 more games like that in them? There's only one way to know, and that's to stay and watch. We will be right back after a short break. Here we are, we're back. Instead of short break indeed. N9TF MIAW deciding to stay here on the blue side. Blue side has won every game so far, Sekio. Do you think that's a draft difference, or is blue side just magical? Inspiring words. As we step forward here, we see a couple of ADC bans from Valhalla Berserkers gonna go ahead and try and limit the power of the one major carry, the drunk one, if you will, from MIAW. On the flip side, a couple of mid lane bans. They do not want Snipper to pick up that Syndra. With how aggressive they were being on the Zoe, which is supposed to be like a poke and kite champ, I wouldn't want them to pick up the Syndra either, just because I think they'd go kind of crazy with it. And it is a blue one Sejuani, a blind jungler here, but I feel like junglers are so prio worthy nowadays. But is Sejuani the jungler you would prio?
I mean, like, Sejuani is a pretty decent first pick. I don't know, like, there is a lot of options that came through my mind, like the floor on my mind, but Sejuani is still something that you can count on as a first pick. It's pretty good when it comes to setting up a gang. The passive is going to be pretty massive when it comes to having it on multiple members in any team fight. On the other side, I can see that we're just gonna play with void creatures. We have Belveth, and at some point we had Malzahar. I believe like we got this pick.
You got baited by the hover.
Yeah. But wait, then?
Yeah, they ended up locking in the Zillion, and now we're gonna see what the response is here. Now, technically, the Zillion can play other lanes. Fun fact. But I do have to imagine that is a support. And an interesting one at that. Does not play quite the same way that a lot of the traditional meta supports do. Wants to like set up for stuns and damage, is more about getting into and out of danger rather than, healing and shielding. Whereas on the flip side, we have a Soraka who's all about healing and shielding, has very little hard CC to set up or engage fights, but can keep people alive for a long, long time. And the Kaisa to follow that. Probably a kill-hungry lane if the Soraka can just keep the Kaisa going. Wonder what the response is here from Valhalla.
And through mid the draft, I'm just like, why are we having Vayne? Why are we having Zelen? Why there is Soraka? Like, Soraka is the least favorite for me, but still, Soraka in competitive is something you should be scared of. She is probably knows how to position in team fight, how to help her teammates, and how to give them the proper way to get a little bit of small advantage. And for the second tier of the bans, you can see Yoon getting picked off, and like a lot of mid laners are gonna be out of the equation.
Yeah, the mid lane pool getting very, very tight here. The Syndra and the Aurora being banned out on that first rotation. The Anivia catching a ban. The Yone catching a ban. The Hui catching a ban. And so now you got to wonder what mid laners are left. Does Valhalla Berserkers, does Snipper have the pool to make something happen here? Wondering what he might pick up. Still waiting on that fourth pick. That blue 4 pick is somewhat powerful, and it is a Senna, which is interesting. Is that a Vayne top, do you think, Sekio?
Ew. So they say it was Renata.
Okay, thank you, production, for that note, because that makes a lot more sense.
Wait.
Except it doesn't, because that's still 2 supports. Renata. Okay, so Renata's clearly in the bot lane. Vayne's in the bot lane. So is Zillion in the mid lane? Or have they
Like
totally
this like
turbo?
leaves us with more questions. Like, is it gonna be Zillion and Renata, Zillion mid lane, Renata support, or can you play Renata anyway?
If the Zillion is mid lane, they turbo mind controlled Meow into banning more mid laners when they were like, no, we're just gonna run the Zillion in the mid lane. But I think he's a little vulnerable to do that. He has his best work when he can give someone that extra XP.
Hmm?
Now, see, this is maybe a game. I'm going to say it. I think Ornn, always good. I think there are very few compositions where you pick Ornn and I say, ooh, that's bad. I think you should just always pick Ornn. If you're thinking about picking Ornn, you should.
Ornn is just like he is a pretty safe pick. I believe like if you wanna play Ornn, you can blend him, but at this point, Kled is gonna be an easier option for you to
They're
execute. You
hovering
wanna
and they go
finish
for
the
the
game.
cannon.
And Kennen, like we don't see him a lot, but he's good. Let's
Yeah,
be real. I,
they
I would
have.
rather I would rather pick Kled. I would rather pick Ornn, but he went for Kennen. He got the movement speed out of Zillion, maybe plus the ultimate, so that's gonna be a pretty solid comp. They can play around it.
Yeah, I was gonna just call that out. Yeah, the movement speed. Maybe Kennen can get some insane ultimates, and they essentially have two separate go buttons here. One that is a going forward fight. Hey, we're gonna engage this with the Kennen, but also while kiting backwards with the Renata. It's Senna, but it's actually Nico that is Senna transformed as Renata. It's Renata. The answer is it's not Renata. This is confusing to me because sometimes people make mistakes, and you know what? It's 9:45 p.m. here on the East Coast. It's much later for my friend Sekio, and we're just
Yeah,
trying to
I
see
slept few
one more
times for
game
the
of League.
podcast. Yeah, go ahead. Call for the break till
And
we get to the game. Yeah, yeah.
so we have just one more game to watch. When we do, it's going to at least be a fun one, or it's going to be Meow stunning us one more time to send us to game 5. Find out shortly after the break.
Meow.
You've been there from the start, inside my corner, yeah. When it gets cold and dark, you make it warmer. 'Cause you are on my mind, all of my days and every single night, single night. There ain't no way to get you off my mind, off my mind. Without you, I just can't breathe. You never get away 'cause you are on my mind, all of my days and every single night, single night. There ain't no way to get you off my mind, off my mind. Without you, I just can't breathe. You never get away from me. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind. 'Cause you are on my mind, on my mind. You've been there from the start, inside my corner. When it gets cold and dark, you make it warmer. 'Cause you are on my mind, all of my days and every single night, single night. There ain't no way to get you off my mind, off my mind. Without you, I just can't breathe. You'll never get away from me. Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night, chasing forever. For you, oh no, I'd be your one and only. Don't let me go, don't leave me lonely. Say you'll stay through the pain, say you won't go running. Let me in through your veins, get off on my loving. Just your stare won't ever let me go. I'm here only 'cause I'm aware with you is better than all alone. Oh, 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 say what you're dying to say. No, 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 no. Oh, oh, tonight we're stars, but we'll fade away. Go on and light me up. Oh, go on and light me up while we're golden. Come on and light me up. Oh, come on and light me up before we come down. Stars will always come out. So before we come down, down, down. Go on and light me up. Oh, go on and light me up while we're golden. Come on and light me up. Oh, come on and light me up before we come down.
We are finally back here on the Rift, and we are immediately going to get some actions and trading here between the two teams. N9TF MIAW staying on the blue side, going to pick up that game 1 to start their comeback, perhaps, whereas Valhalla Berserkers just need one more to close it out. And Sekio, I'm going to shoot it over to you. We have both these comps now. We see where everyone is going. The Kennen was a lie as well. It was another disguised unit, and that was a Gragas in the top side. So with that information, how do we feel about these two drafts? Gragas moving forward. Gonna go ahead and channel W, belly flop auto. And that's all she wrote. I don't think he needed the flash there, but he did just to style on him. Whom continuing to be a bright spot for this Valhalla Berserker squad.
It's getting pretty late and they just want to get to the ticket, reach the finals, and claim their bride again. Game number 4 is about to start and we are back again with it. A lot of trades in the mid lane, and we can see both junglers are pathing from top to bot at this point, and I believe we might see some skirmishes on the Scuttler bot side. But side wave already pushed for the blue team, which is going to help them a lot into controlling this area. Belvith is going to be delayed, and I think it's because of the clear itself.
Belveth not going to be able to contest that Scuttler immediately rushing back to the top side. Going to go ahead and try and get that top side Scuttle grab. But Sejuani not too far behind. Might be able to find the gank here on Snipper. Does not get the Arctic Assault knockup. Tries to get the flail going, but does not land both halves. But if you're X-Irony, you gotta be a little more self-aware than that. Yoinks the Kaisa in instead of pushing out and pays the price. A Q and an auto is all that was needed, and a kill goes over to the N9TF ADC. And this is how it got going early on for them last game. They got a bunch of kills onto that ADC. Now that was the Smolder playing into the mid lane that time. But I am just interested to see if the drunk one can carry them to victory one more time.
That drunk one proved, like in the previous game, that it's not gonna be one-sided. Yuchi is not the only AD carry that we have in this series. I'm still here. I can perform, and I'm gonna be one of the top performer of this series, reaching to game number 4, and he's gonna be opening the scoreboard. 2v1 situation, sweet spots, and this Gragas is gonna get back to the death realm.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and pick up another kill there, and it's now 2-1 on the kill score, and a kill going over to Sejuani, such an adept champion when it comes to early fighting as a jungler. Can be a significantly powerful ganker with the Arctic Assault, and eventually with that, you know, Winter's Bite as they move forward. But on the flip side, it is that Bel'Veth, which is going to scale as the game goes on. So I think the onus is on N9TF, the onus of that execution to find their spots early in the game and get ahead, get a lead before these scaling picks the Vayne and the Bel'Veth start to come online.
I feel like Vayne comes online a lot faster than Bel'Veth. Not Bel'Veth, I had something in mind, but like basically one of those champions is easier to get to his power spike, and also playing with Soraka is pretty hard to play versus.
Well, here it comes in. They've got lots of damage coming down from the Bel'Veth all alone for just a moment, but it's the Zilean that's going to be the first to fall, or the Renata rather, that is the first to fall, has the ultimate. The Drunk One picks up his second kill of the match. Feet of Warfare going over, gets the kill onto that enemy ADC. Sniffer able to get one back on that mid lane Zilean, falling low, but a good knock up from the Bel'Veth. Lego Alien saving a teammate, and they might try and look for more, but they need to be careful because 1Q could spell disaster. Barely able to stay alive after that. Bel'Veth dashing in though, using that movement, does fall. Can they get the kill? No, not before they fall. The bailout not able to do enough, but Whom roaming down here does pick up a kill, but that does mean Aatrox is going to shove unimpeded in the top side, and the fight's not over. Shout Out Boy died, came back to the fight. Train's Bounty gonna teleport in and do the same, and the dragon is still up, and I do think that means the dragon's gonna go over to N9TF MIAW. Now both teams kind of settling in, gonna go ahead and do a little bit of some lane swapping. Boom in the mid lane here, in the top lane. The Zilean gonna go ahead and go to match the Aatrox, who's finally getting in his first reset. You can see lots of components coming in. Here, 8 minutes into the game, the feat of Warfare already completed, and N9TF already making progress on the feat of Monster Slaying as well, but it is going to be traded Dragon for Void Grubs. You can see that Valhalla Berserkers are already on the Void Grubs, getting started, and they have 3 members in position already. I wonder if N9TF are going to make an ill-advised push to try and contest here. I wouldn't really advise it. But they are going to Arctic Assault forward, try and get that smite just for the third grub, doesn't find it. But the Death Ray comes over the top, does a significant amount of damage. Renata falls once again, but is again picked up by the Zilean ultimate, but it's not enough. And that's 2 more kills over to N9TF MIAW, and they might be looking for that reverse sweep. 3-1 is the Drunk One, and that was who was so pivotal in the last game.
Drunk One with the gold advantage, but here you're not gonna be able to play your game. Your jungle is not yours anymore.
Jungle might not be theirs, but your support isn't alive. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Soraka for Bel'Veth, and I think you'll take that trade any day of the week, considering who picked up the kills. It's another kill onto the Drunk One. This Kaisa off to a lightning fast start. 4-1 here.
4-1 is the score, and he's delivering a pretty solid performance till this point. Advantage 1.7k gold, and currently they just wanna play it safe. They wanna keep scaling their scale. They wanna get better when it comes to the itemization, and yeah, Vayne is just like trying to trade with Aatrox, but it's just like a World's Ender, and you're still in early game, so you're not that late game Vayne. You're just like a small little kid playing with a small arrow.
Does at least have the tumble to try and get some bonus damage, but Joel is all alone for the moment. They thought they might be able to try and get the dive, but Fan coming over the wall, able to relieve some of the pressure on his top laner and let him get another reset in. Meanwhile, it is a 2v1 on the top side. The Arctic Assault not gonna quite connect. And they do get the stun down. Can they get that kill? The death ray over the top, finding so much damage. Glacial Prison as well, but 2 ultimates expended, and Whom gets out alive. Now it is Lego Alien pushing forward, getting some good damage onto Fan, and immediately the hostile takeover comes out, but in a weird twist, the nearest champion was not the ally. Was not close enough to prioritize Fan, and because of that, was able to, for just a moment, be targeting X Irony when the attack speed from the Berserk came through. Goes forward, immediately condemned into the wall, but the shield doing so much work here. The Drunk One, are the passive gonna find it? The passives trade each other. Vayne and Kaisa both fall.
2 for 1 in the bot side. You know that the 1 kill is gonna be a huge shutdown. She's gonna make it a little bit equal. But in the mid lane at this point, I believe, like, yeah, Vayne getting reach, and getting reach is pretty important. On the other side, Gragas is just like having fun, pushing turret blades, and yeah, he's having the best life. An average top laner who got nothing to do but just like playing passive, not caring about anything, or at least playing on the side lane to have a small side lane pressure. Next Drake is gonna be the Cloud Drake, which is gonna give you a lot of movement speed. So
the bomb comes out, the belly flop, the World Ender comes out as well. The healing doing its best to keep him alive, but he's using it just mostly to get out of the game. Strange Bounty rather, on the wrong side of the map, and Lego's gonna make him pay for it. Picks up a kill for that jungler there. But now on the bot side, we have continued fighting. And we're seeing something similar to the last game, a high amount of kills, right? Nearly looking at 2 kills a minute. And in the top side, Whom is having his way, able to continuously push down, but not quite as unimpeded as last game. And meanwhile, on the bot side, the Drunk One is having, and the Winter's Claw, the Winter's Wrath rather, coming forward and getting that final tick of damage after the flash. A double kill there for the jungler. Chat Out Boy having a great game so far. 4-1 and 2 is the Sejuani, able to find more time for his ADC to just continue to farm up, push for plates, and a massive amount of gold sits inside of this Kaisa. I'd love to have a look at the total gold and see how much more they have than everyone on the Rift, because the Vayne is alone down 2.7k. Kaisa is just completely the richest person by far.
like, even though that you feel like they are pretty up in gold, but in reality it's almost equal. And a gang in top lane, knock up, and you know that he's not gonna be here in this world for a long time. It's only 500 gold advantage, but it's 2.6k gold in the hands of the AD carry. That's a lot, it's just saying. On the other side, you're having Fitzelen.
Here comes Shadow Boy. Gonna go ahead and get the permafrost down. X Irony never stood a chance. Meanwhile, Joel trying to go forward and trade on to Whom, but Whom smartly maneuvering around his wave, getting good damage down. Snipper is gonna fall to the death ray, but has his own ultimate available. What's the plan afterwards? Does get the stun down. Fan's coming over. I think neither side's going to find the kill. Now Joel trying to move forward, but he does not know about the Bel'Veth, and he's in danger now. Can he get his passive up, get the healing? Does not. But in the meantime, tower falls in the bot side. All of that money going into the hands of the Drunk One, and that's feats of strength for N9TF once again. The gold lead just slightly expanding now, but is going to be entirely evened out by that tower in the top side. The game on a razor's edge here, and it really is just, can the Drunk One solo carry this game once again?
The Drunk One. He got a lot to carry on after what happened in the previous game. But this game, you're still waiting. We're still, like, all of that happened. 23 kills in the early game. Just imagine. It's like a complete fiesta. Oh yeah, I stopped because I felt like they were fighting again. Like I can see it. Like it looked like, yeah, we have the jungle.
With these two teams and these past two games, it always looks like they're fighting.
Like, yeah, they never stop fighting. And on the other side, I'm like, are they fighting? Yes, no, do we have an angle for this? It's so tricky to watch them, but what's more tricky is the side lane pressure that Valhalla are maintaining through this game.
Yeah, Boom staying up in that top side with that Gragas, able to provide a significant amount of equalizing pressure. But here in the mid lane, here comes Lego, able to get a good amount of damage down. But the Drunk One is just too fed, uses the ultimate to get out of the way of the hostile takeover, as well as put more pressure onto that Belveth. Chataboy now takes down Yoshi. And can they get Lego Alien? Joel is trying, will not fall to the stun, but the Drunk One not able to get in, zoned out by these zillion bombs. And so now they are trading back. They finally do pick up the Belveth, but Chataboy falling so low. Whom gets another kill? Can that Death Ray pick it up? It just barely doesn't. The minion auto doesn't find it. And the healing from the belly pop means that Whom's gonna get away. Oh, so barely. But what an important moment that he does so. Now they're going to go ahead and pick up the Rift Herald. The neutral objective control outside of that first set of grubs, which was traded for that first dragon. The neutral objective control from N9TF MIAW has been able to just completely run the map. And yet the gold is still incredibly even. They have most of the neutral objectives. They have, you know, most of the kills, if just barely, but some massive differences in farm. Look at that mid lane. Snipper more than comfortable on this Zillion, is able to thrive here in this matchup.
Yeah, he's having almost double CS, but like, let me bring you back to the previous team fight. I didn't like the fact that Belveth was just like trying to focus the enemy AD carry. That's not what you really want to do when you're playing versus Soraka. Soraka is one of those healing machine and moving ambulance that you can count on when it comes to healing. And she got the moon. She got the first item, also the support item completed. So you know the healing is gonna be massive. What should we do? Just like ignore ADC, get the support on his knees, and make him beg to stay alive.
Very difficult to get to that Soraka as long as they position well. But the amount of damage the Drunk One does is able to use the Rift Herald, take down the tower, and then speed away. They are so struggling to even deal with this guy. He is on a bit of a tear right now.
Oh god, he just like got his knife. That guy is an engineer. Not a lot of people can play with Vel'Koz. That's Azap. Azap, that's his name. You know the streamer that streams Vel'Koz, the OTP one.
I'm not that familiar with the League OTP streamers, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, he's just like one of those streamers that been on the field for a long time. AZZAPE. Azap. He's a really good streamer. Yeah, whatever.
Boom has to go ahead and dash away, but it's just two meatballs trying to hit each other. No damage to come through from either player.
And the jungle item is gonna give him much more tankiness when it gets back online, when it comes to the extra shield. Right now they are both playing on the mountain drake. It's not gonna be a it's actually gonna be a mountain salt. So Valhalla cannot
Otacon
just
is
give
the
it.
prize right now. Strange Bounty forced to give up the flash, but does not take that much damage, which is good. Wants to be able to come down here and support his team. A silence to come through. Step back into the silence. That means he's rooted, stunned as well. Therefore, the drunk one's gonna pick up that kill. Continuing to move forward is the Aatrox. Joel with the World Ender is causing problems. And this is a complete crumbling from Valhalla Berserkers. N9TF MIAW find a huge fight at the Otacon.
N9TF MIAW, they just got them where they needed. One after one after one. First of all, you get the support and a gift from the jungler. And that was the case. Otacon done. N9TF are just few steps away from making us reach game number 5. It's been forever. The stream is super long.
It has been a long one, but at least me, I'm in it for the long haul indeed. As we continue to look here at the map state, we can see the gold lead is only about 2.7k. All things considered, the game is still close, but just look at the total gold there. It's not, that's the problem, is that even though the gold isn't that, disparate between the two teams, the objectives are, and all of the gold, almost all of it, for the side of N9TF MIAW is isolated on their ADC. A third, essentially, of their total gold is on one hyper carry here. And this Kai'Sa has no intention of slowing down. Belly flop forward. They're looking for a fight, but Joel is being flanked. Bel'Veth just going to provide a release valve, not going to try and force anything all that much. Going to give space for whom to get out of that top side. While in the mid lane, both teams just kind of jockeying for position. The towers up around the map. Not much to take other than that top side is the only outer tower that still remains. Both teams just kind of biding their time at this stage, farming up, trying to find a reset timer, coming back with items for, I imagine, the first step is going to be fighting at that Drake in a minute and a half.
20 minutes. Gold shifting. You never know who's actually winning. And yeah, N9TF, they had advantage of 8-9k gold. It's getting shredded. It's shifting between both teams. But right now, you can smell the last
Alien finds a good engage, and even though Strange Bounty tries to do some damage back onto Snipper, Lego Alien is the first to find a kill. It's going to be important. He's down for 30-some seconds, and that means they've got time to position for this drag, but they are ceding the space in the river over to the side of N9TF MIAW, despite the fact that they have the man advantage at the moment. Here we saw some trading in the top side, but Joel and Whom both heal quite a lot. Neither of them doing that much damage to the other for now. They continue to kind of jockey for position. This dragon is up in 5 seconds, and this has bought time. Strange Bounty is back on his way over. That's a lot of burst damage should the Vel'Koz find their way into the fight. Trying for both teams just to set up for this dragon. You can see Whom is finally going to rotate over. Has enough time to just walk over. Aatrox going to respond in spine with teleport. They spot out Lego Alien.
All moving for the Drake.
this dance for position has finally resolved. The tension has pitched to a crescendo, and now N9TF are just going to go ahead and start the Drake. They're going to burst it down quick. That's the soul. Everyone gets a shield now. And so they're going to look, they're spoiling for a fight. They've got the extra combat power. That's extra armor, extra magic resist, and a big shield. Stepping forward, though, here comes Whom. A huge amount of CC, but over the top. The hostile takeover doesn't find its targets. Not the way you want. That means the Death Ray, the Kaisa, they're doing so much damage. Kaisa finds 2. Immediately goes in, Killer Instinct for the triple. Can they find 4? They're looking for that quadra kill. Snipper is oh so fast. The Void Seeker goes just wide, but the Drunk One is continuing in the hunt. Not satisfied with only 3, but is just gonna have to settle. And a huge team fight win for N9TF MIAW, not only picking up a bunch of kills, a dragon, a mid lane tower, and they're gonna try and look for the Baron as well.
Baron is gonna be secured properly. This timer is not gonna be enough. You get 4 kills, you get the Baron, and after that you get the soul. Everything just line up for N9TF to get it. The flash out from the Valkyrie is gonna make him alive. At this point of the game, 26 minutes.
26 minutes in and 25 kills for N9TF MIAW. They're continuing their pace of high octane, high kill, high pressure games. And it seems to be a strategy that is working for them quite well. The Drunk One finally turning it on. Maybe the name is the secret, right? Have we considered that the Drunk One is so named because they get more powerful when they are drunk? Like the Drunken Fist Monk, right? And now that they are properly intoxicated after the first 2 games, they got nice and liquored up, that they are ready to play a heck of a game as a Smolder and a hell of a game as this Kaisa. 13-2-6. Already they have one of those inhibitors open. They are going to try and opt to try and fight for the inhibitor. The hostile takeover finds its mark, and a huge amount of damage comes down onto the Drunk One because of it. But is he able to stay alive? He finds 1, finds 2. There for he's going in. Is not able to find 3. Finally falls, but his team cleans up after him. They have the Baron buff. They have the Aatrox. I think this is going to be game set, yo. We're going to game 5.
Blink and you miss it. The sweep, the clean ace is gonna be here. It's not clean when it comes to the 5 members, but game number 5 is knocking our doors, and N9TF are not gonna fall from this series without a fight, without committing and showing us why they are in the semi-finals, why they are in the semis. And with that, they are immediately moving to the last game of the series. It's do or die. Valhalla, you had the first 2 games, but then you just started to slow down a bit. You lost the 3rd game, and then on the 4th, you're showing me the absolute weirdest draft and movement around the map. We don't really get it, but we believe that the 5th game is gonna be showing us the true iron that they're made of.
You know, we talked about at the start of the day, we said both these teams, they've not had the cleanest path here into the lower bracket finals, right? Obviously, it looked so good for Valhalla Berserkers until they fell to Zabumafu in kind of tough fashion. And, you know, so far, it has been a bit of a tough road for for MIAW, Team MIAW to get here at all. But now that they're here, faced with elimination, they turn it on. And like we said, it's do or die for both teams now. And look at the damage discrepancy. If you look, Kaisa did more damage than half of the team opposite them combined. Like, absolutely insane, nutty stuff there. So hats off to you there, the Drunk One. And what I hope is this doesn't break Valhalla's mental. I want them to, kind of still put up a decent game 5. I would like to see both teams come in swinging and give us one last game. But what does need a break is me and Sekio. We're going to go ahead and shoot it over to a short break. And when we come back, we will have game 5 of the Emerald Lower Finals. So don't go anywhere.
Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. To drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside. Oh, broken dreamer, is your mind? Oh, all the scars, let's leave them behind. We'll light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes to the darkness, into the night. Oh, broken dreamer, is your mind? Oh, all the scars, let's leave them behind. We'll light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes to the darkness, into the night. Put your fucking hands up. Oh, Just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, my knees on the floor. I'm begging for more. It's you I Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night, chasing forever. For you, oh no, I'd be your one and only. Don't let me go, don't leave me lonely. Say you'll stay through the pain, say you won't go running. Let me in through your veins, get off on my loving. Holding on to words that you said back in the beginning. All along, they stay in my head. I'm feeling you shifting. For you, oh no, I'd be your one and only. Don't let me go, don't leave me lonely. Say you'll stay through the pain, say you won't go running. Let me in through your veins, get off on my
Okay, we took a little bit of a longer break so we could collect ourselves and fully get ready to this game 5, and that means we're experiencing everything the same time as you here. And you know what? That includes the draft. And Sekio, we had this conversation earlier. I think you're gonna know I'm not super happy about the return of one of these champions. But on the blue side, we have N9TF MIAW once again, which means Valhalla opted for that red side, but their top laner has returned. Joel has returned to the mid lane. And I think it's interesting for Val to opt for the red side after the game loss, because, you know, you absolutely know that blue side has won 100% of games today. We're already getting some combat before we've even gone over the drafts, and a flash over the wall from Snipper. That might be the end of this early combat.
Snipper is in a really bad spot. Currently, he's not gonna be having flash until minute 6, which leads us to Zach Burma ganking him after having his second full clear, or even after the first full clear. It's just gonna be brutal for him. Snipper in the mid lane, and I believe like we have a little bit of a changes. Yuchi is going top. We have number 1-2 back on the ADC. Welcome back, brother. And speaking of number 1-2, he was one of those players that he performs, but like I still had a lot of question marks over his build and his capability of carrying the games. When he got
We'll have to see. You have no excuse not to carry the game. You are Zeri with a Yumi on your back. You have the single I sit on the one person and I make them win the game champ. Though I think the validity of how true that statement is up for debate. Speaking of what champs we have on blue side for N9TF MIAW, we have from top to bottom, we have a Jax, we have a Zac, we have a Lissandra in the mid lane, Yunara, a very popular ADC, and Sona, a very high scaling focused enchanter there. Meanwhile, on the reverse side for Valhalla Berserkers, we have the Ambessa Trundle Hwei, which had previously been banned away from Snipper. Zeri and the Yuumi. And I gotta say, I don't care how good your AD carry is. I don't care how hyper carry they are. I don't care how team fight focused they are. I do not like Yuumi in the modern meta.
Bro, you hate Yumi, I hate Shaco. They're both useless.
and we're both gonna have to deal with them being played on red side. And maybe the ultimate punishment will be that Valhalla might be the victims of a reverse sweep. Must I remind you, viewer, that Valhalla Berserkers were up 2-0 to start this series, and 2 heroic games from the Drunk One playing this Yunara this game. Just absolutely insane carry performances. If N9TF MIAW are able to take this last game, it's an obvious series MVP for me.
I really like the fact that we're playing Zeri versus Zeri on steroids. On game 5, on a fearless best of 5 games, it's a bit weird to see all of those champions are still available, but we're gonna see how they can actually perform with them. Jax is already having a hard time, a gank over the mid lane, and Dak is gonna be jumping over here.
Yeah, and there you saw the punishment for not having a flash means that he gets landed on, and that's the first blood. And can Chad Out Boy did have to burn the flash going forward to secure the kill. Can he get away? He is able to do so. Boom! Now playing the jungle position. Low, but in the bot side, the Zeri moving forward, able to stay alive with the help of the Yuumi, plus the exhaust. That's going to be a double kill for Nums 1-2. And all of a sudden, Valhalla back in the driver's seat, trying to shut down the Drunk One early before they can get going.
Nums 1-2 wants to prove himself that he's the best AD carry out on this squad. Like Yushi is the top laner. We know that he's a super skilled player, and yeah, he's back on the squad. He's back on the 5th game, and he's not gonna lose his spot again to Yuchi. Also, like, you're having a 2v2 in the mid lane. Yeah, you don't have a lot of capability in movement. I don't like the fact that you're playing Doran's shield on Lysandra. It's gonna give you extra sustainability, I got it, but it's bad when it comes to mana, costing mana usage, and I mean, playing with Doran's shield means like you're gonna get a lot of punish, like you're gonna get bugged till the end of the world. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, the Doran shield, you do have to worry about the lack of mana regen. You are worried, obviously, that Quay has a lot of poke, and Lysandra just gonna have to weather through it. Already you see buying that Sapphire Crystal for some extra mana. Doran shield was also nerfed slightly, I believe, a couple of patches ago, so that it would not be the most oppressive starting item by far. But now the punishment for this way again, he has flash, but he's not going to get a chance to use it until finally it comes out. He's free of the CC chain. Now it's both Joel and Snipper on the run from the respective enemy junglers. The feed of warfare going over to Valhalla. Valhalla not happy with the last 2 games, are starting much stronger here in game 5, but the 2 stuns come down after the unstoppable. A perfectly timed counter strike is able to stun as soon as the public execution lands. The teleport is coming in. That is Joel coming through, but nothing to find. Everyone has fled. Meanwhile, in the bot side, they're trying to get damage onto this Yuumi, or rather onto this Zeri, but the Zeri just does so much damage, and Yunara has had her early game power gutted repeatedly. She is such a late game scaling hyper carry focus that I would really like to see the Drunk One calm down a little bit here on these lane trades. You're just not going to out trade an AD carry who has Yuumi on.
And it feels like Zeri doesn't need steroids. She doesn't need to be playing as Yunara, the OP champ. That just like, I know Yunara got released like a month or even more than a month. But still, Yunara is one of those champions that's still in the OB category, even though it got nerfed a lot. You gotta count on this. Lost Chapter is gonna help Lissandra when it comes to the mana thing, and I can see that both Lissandra and Zach trying to go to invade Trumbull, or they have other thoughts. Like, I used to play Lissandra. Lissandra is one of those champions that you can wave clear your whole mid lane wave with a double Q and a W. And after that you can just like room bot, room top, and ignore the mid lane itself. The 3 void grubs are gonna be properly secured at the same time. You can see a gang top.
GC Petors, and he's gonna try and use the leap strike to get away, but who even in the 2 losses for Valhalla Berserkers, still looked so solid both times in my opinion. Constantly trying to find value on the cross map. Now here on the Trundle, has picked up 2 kills. A good root comes down, the stun laid over the top, another CC, the airborne, but they just can't kill this Zeri. The power of an early game Yuumi cannot be understated. And now it's Whom going forward, another kill, a double kill for the side of Valhalla Berserkers. And they are starting to take off this game, not giving in to the chaos that Miaw has provided the last few games, not letting them stack up a million kills onto their AD carry. And maybe the sauce, the secret for N9TF MIAW was just to play a super early game AD carry and just get more kills than there are minutes in the game.
There is a secret sauce, but look at this team fight.
Yeah, immediately the Zac passive going to be popped, and Ambessa very, very potent at clearing those Zac bloblets. They're trying to get the Yunari damage onto the Zeri, but the Yuumi is just barely able to keep the Zeri alive. And I hate this because we talked last game, right? If you have an AD carry with a Soraka, right? You shouldn't just try to target down the AD carry, because the AD carry is effectively a tank with all that extra health from Soraka. So what do? You kill the Soraka first. But what do you do when it's not a Soraka and it's a Yuumi? You can't kill the Yuumi first.
It feels like it's illegal to play versus Yuumi, even though Yuumi is not that good currently in the meta. Few mistakes I have seen from number 1-2. First of all, no, not number 1-2, N9TF. First of all, they started the Void Grubs, they got the first one, then they left. They just left, like they didn't explain why they left, they didn't explain what the heck are they thinking about. They're just like, yeah, we're not gonna keep taking the Void Grubs. At least they should have taken the second one, and then
the lightning crash as well. Number 1-2 is able to provide a 1-2 punch, gets a 3rd kill onto the drunk one, and Nums 1-2 is having himself a game.
Please, Joel, ult yourself. That's the only way Lissandra's ultimate can deal some damage. If you ulted someone, that means you have a follow-up damage that's gonna be able to clarify or to just like burst down that target. If you don't, just ult yourself, get yourself some HP, deal extra damage, and save it a little bit to yourself, and instead of just like wasting it and using it as shield. Like, look, ult yourself!
Spiraling Despair comes out, and with the Severing Bolt, it's another kill over to Snipper, who you can see why maybe this pick was banned away from him, and Whom cleaning house on the Trundle, providing a 5th kill over to the AD carry, and it is Valhalla Berserkers who are taking a page out of Miaw's book, having over a kill per minute, just getting caught up in the chaos, playing absolutely out of their minds, getting as many kills as they possibly can, as fast as they can, and they're gonna look for an extra dive here. Whom is waiting in the wings, just waiting for Joel to get low.
a lot of kills, a lot of force, and at this
Joel
point,
steps
he
forward,
can
2 forward to the pillar, forces out the flash, keep going lower and lower, does decide to ult himself onto the tower, might keep himself alive a little bit longer, but the damage from Snipper is so high. Snipper tries in vain to find a flash into the fear, doesn't have the mana to follow up any more damage, and now it's gonna be Snipper who's on the run from a support, no less. Fan gonna try and pick up this kill, gets the Q off, does not have the damage so far. Snipper still on the run. Oh, and Fan, that is a bit of a mistake, probably. You wanted to see if you could let him buy time to regen, slow him, and then let the Drunk One catch up. Regardless, here in the mid lane, the Drunk One's immediately going to get exhausted, and the Yuumi ult is keeping them so healthy. A stun comes down the other way, but it's just not enough. Doesn't matter. Whom is now here, and he's firing. It's a double kill, soon to be a triple kill for this Zeri. The Zac is just able to jump away, but he's so low. Can Zeri find him? The answer is just barely no.
Zeri is finding everything that she's looking for. She found the kill, she found the first item, she found the boot, she found the last kitten. Her pet Yuumi, and at this point of the game, 2.1k advantage in the hands of Zeri. She's reached like Exodius for me. You can't just like survive, you can't try to even get closer to her. No,
Yeah,
Yuumi, I don't think that Yuumi is gonna probably leave her. Like, she's...
No, there's no reason to. You talked about finding things. One of the things Yuumi normally does is find a new friend. No reason to do that here. And now the Drunk One might fall. Snipper drops the severing bolt. And that's all they wrote. The barrier, not enough to keep them alive. And on the way out is the Hui. Snipper having a much stronger performance here on the Hui than he had in the few games past. Even when he felt like he was doing well, he was just being a little too aggressive, getting himself caught before he could get away from plays. This time, picks up that first tower, and that means the feats of strength go over to Valhalla Berserkers. But just as I praise him for not overstepping, here he is caught out on the wrong side of the rift. Can his team find some value elsewhere while the enemy team is distracted? They're going to go ahead and overload this top lane. Can they kill Predators? He gets a stun down, he falls quickly, but in exchange, it is the Hui that falls, but does find value, gets out the Lissandra ultimate.
Also, besides getting the Lissandra ultimate, Snipper just wasted ton of time for N9TF. They couldn't kill him, and I don't see why Sona didn't use her ultimate earlier on this trade. It's just like, yeah, I have my ultimate, I can freeze him. No, I'm just gonna leave it out there. But here, as the counter play, they're trying to take mid and bot. Tier 1 turrets is gonna be a bit hard. You don't have the extra push from the Void Grubs, and currently she's just trying to recall, invest in her items. Also, having the first item in the mid lane, it's gonna help a little bit, just a little bit, when it comes to using the ultimate and having this red circle, which is gonna deal a good amount of damage. And oh boy, their eyes are filled with hate, looking for Num12.
They're trying to find Nums 1-2, but that engage will miss. They're so fast from the extra speed from the Yuumi, and now that they've used the lightning crash, it's even faster because of the experimental hex plate. All that extra attack speed coming through does not result in a kill in either direction, but some good damage coming down from Nums 1-2. Now they're trying again. Can they find it on the Snipper? The Spiraling Despair comes out. Lissandra ults themselves the Frozen Tomb, becoming a frozen casket for their team because no one's there to help Fan, who falls first. And now the public execution means that Zac is going to fall as well. The Drunk One is going down. Everyone is going down. Everyone is fighting under this turret, and they're getting just as much gold as they like. Ace 5-4-0 and a tower for the side of Valhalla Berserkers.
Everybody's going down, and Valhalla's Berserkers are aiming to the finals, are going to the rematch. They can see it from far behind. They're trying to see what they're actually going to be able to do. And currently, we can see, oh, the draft, he needs a license. Oh,
It's hard. That's a hard drift to hit. Look at the angle on that corner. It's not even a right angle. That's like a
He did the job done. He did
huge
the job
angle.
done.
It's like a 270-degree angle. You got to turn around that corner.
Yeah, you need like a driver license level 1 or like.
And
level
you know
9.
what? You know what? He did good enough because Shelly then did get the charge. Does not
Yeah,
find the
yeah.
tower, of course, but you
At
know,
least it didn't
value
damage.
is value.
The value is here. The damage connected, and currently they're just like trying to have every inch of these summoners rift into their name. And I believe once the other gun is gonna be spawning in 2 minutes, they're gonna see a lot of fuzz going through there, or at least the sponsor for this episode of Mercs Academy, the Mountain Soul. Like that's the 3rd game for the Mountain Soul, but Snipper is just
Snipper finds
sniping
a lot of
everyone.
damage back. And in the
Go
mid
in.
lane, Nums 1-2 going forward with the lightning crash, but then they bite off more than they can chew. That's a first kill, and look at the healing coming through. They're gonna win this fight 1v3. Yumi's not a real champion if you close your eyes. Nums 1-2 in the 2v3. Then the ADC and support coming up big. X-Irony just getting so much kill participation. Finally, Nums 1-2 will fall. Look at the shutdown. We gotta call this out. That is the first kill. The first kill for N9TF that is not on a man named Snipper.
And that's the first time you're gonna kill Nums 1-2. And the problem is that Yumi used the QSS pretty late on the team fight after she lost 70% of her HP. So that leads to her being vulnerable. No extra healing, no crispy stuff gonna make you survive. So 25 kills into 5, and it feels like Valhalla's is just like, yeah guys, we're back. Those 2 games were just like, yeah, we felt like we want to try something. We don't want to go all in. But when it comes to the real deal, we're here, we're ready, and we're not gonna leave Mercs Academy final. 11k gold advantage.
That's what I was about to say, Sekio. I feel like we've been yapping so much. We haven't been keeping up on our numbers. And a little numbers check-in. 11,000 gold lead at 20 minutes is goddamn massive. That's a huge lead.
That's like 500 gold in each minute. That's a lot. Like, you hear that a player got 500 gold per minute, but like, not the team have advantage 500 gold per minute. But right now, Snipper is gonna get sniped. You're dead, son.
Snipper a little too far extended. The cavalry is teleporting in, but will it be a little too late? They're gonna be a teleport into a feeding frenzy. The piranhas are striking and they're ripping apart. This could be exactly what N9TF need to get back into this game.
Sure.
Don't overextend, my friends. You have the man advantage. Start up the Otacon, force him to play into you. That's exactly what Miaw's gonna do. And guess what? Nums 1-2 is there and could go for a huge hero play. Here comes the Zeri ultimate. The lightning crash finding value as well. And they're just so scared of the Zeri. They have a huge man advantage. It's 5-on-3 and they don't care. They kite backwards. They find a kill, but it's traded back. Nums 1-2 finally falls, but Whom is free firing. Can they get him? And they're gonna fall. The drunk one dies to the Otacon, which means they die to the Yumi. And even though they are going to pick up this Yumi and the kill goal is going to go over to them, they are not going to be able to find the Otacon. And Snipper has finally made his way back to Spiraling Despair, going to result in perhaps another kill, but no, Shadow just barely lives, is able to pick up Fan, however. chasing down that Zac, is not going to find it. And even though it seems so chaotic back and forth, and it seems like a somewhat even play, the shutdowns on the side of Valhalla took it from an 11k gold lead to only a 9k gold. Only 9k gold, Sakyo.
It's totally worth it. The last team fight for N9TF. You got a lot of shutdowns and it landed into your AD carry, and N9TF, speaking of him, you know that he's capable of doing a lot of stuff. This game was not his perfect vision, or wait, oh, sorry.
The drunk one is the one not quite having a perfect game. I think N9TF couldn't ask for this to be going any better. And the flip side of getting all of those kills and then dying afterwards was that it meant Valhalla Berserkers are the first ones onto the Otacon.
Yeah, it was a tempo issue, but at this point, I believe the Valhallas are not gonna leave their soul points out, so there is no reason for you to actually contest whatever anything here. And I believe that N9TF are just gonna get the shutdown trade gold from the bot side, investing into the ADC. Give him more gold, give him more resources, that's your carry potential. We might see a collapse here.
Yeah, we can see the flanks coming through, and here comes the public execution. It finds its mark, and everyone's trying to kite away. Sona doing as much as she can to buy space for her team, but they're just going to sit back, pick off the Zac, and find another snack. The Sona trying to run, but can't get away. Chomped down, burned to a crisp. The way paints another 6, 5, and 7. Snipper, the only member to not be incredibly positive, but regardless, positive he is. Imagine that, being the worst performing player on your team while being 6, 5, and 7 and up 20 farm.
That's a tough situation they're in, and it all started from Jewel actually leaving them after they tried to force the shutdown trade, and he was just like, yeah, Mariko, I don't like this team fight. Guys, that's your main source of CC, your main source of having some AP damage in any team fight, and he's like, I don't like this, I'm out. That was
That did not have Joel there to continue. Joel ultimately trying to just keep up in terms of gold, and does have the closest gold differential between the two teams, but as you can see, it's all red all over the map. It's going to be a very tough position, but the gold lead has continued to shrink. N9TF MIAW have brought it down to only 7.5k. Remember, at one point, not that long ago, it was an 11k game, and we thought for sure it was over. But now Peditors is caught out alone. Can the Sona get there, provide a little bit of healing on the rescue? Can the Counter-Strike find its mark? Does onto the Zeri. Zeri has to flash over the wall. The Lightning Crash and the Yuumi ultimate finding very little value when you're over the wall, but biding their time, waiting to come over until the health bars are low. Nums 1, 2 wasn't stuck across the wall. What? You know, they were not standing still, they were lying in wait, and it's an ace for Valhalla, and they're going to continue to march down the mid lane and try and find another turret.
If Nums 1-2 is not here to carry, you can still have the Snipper, you have Yushi, you have the whole squad ready to deliver, and at this point you have the death timers not to finish the game, but at least get the first inhibitor out of this game. 26 minutes first inhibitor, and they're gonna shift their eyes into the Baron Nashor. That's gonna be the final nail in the coffin. Val are one step closer into finishing the series, into getting to the final, and into giving us another replay of the quarter-final series. It was a best of 3. This one is gonna be a lot bigger, a lot harder. You lost 2 games, and right now in the finals, it's not gonna be that easy.
No, you can see if we were playing best of 3s, MIAW would never had a chance to start that comeback, and once the comeback started, Val would never have a chance to finish out what they had started. The best of 5, the purely perfected format. And speaking of perfected, the combo goes down on a Chadow boy, and the perfected slime form is going to be sent back to the gray screen. Nothing to find. Now some damage coming out onto who else but Snipper. And is able to flash away.
Yeah, and Bob, 2v1 situation. Can he survive?
FCG Predator is trying to get out, but is just mercilessly run down by Ambessa and Trundle. The unlikely duo, the lightning crash, finds a massive amount of damage, and the Yunara is already out. Joel and Fun going to fall. Joel just barely missing the Yuumi Q. Can Nums12 get in range to pick up that triple kill? Might not matter because Yoshi gets there, but Nums12, just kidding, gets it. And I think they're going to try the end of the game right here. They have a multiple man advantage. The death timers are so long. The night is getting dark, and it's only Zach to keep the lights on. And he falls. It's going to be game 5 for Valhalla Berserkers. They refuse to give up. The reverse sweep was not in the cards.
The clock is ticking, and Valhalla Berserkers just proved that reaching to the finals were just written to them 3,000 years ago, that they're gonna be at the Mercs Academy final playing versus Zubumafu. And what happened the semis? What happened before? Let's see what the story is gonna reveal in the finals. I don't think that it's gonna be one-sided. I don't think the final is gonna be 3-0. I don't think that those teams are not gonna make us entertained.
No, and speaking of entertained, before we look forward to the finals, yes, it ultimately did result in a loss, but we have to, take our caps off to the losing side here. Team Miaw, you guys should take a bow, because those games 3 and 4 were something incredible. I thought there was a storm a brewing, and you just only barely fell short here in the last game. You had that role reversal put into you, and I ragged on the Yuumi. I gotta say, it found its value. Here's the difference between the Yuumi and the Sona. The Sona scales up really hard, gets a bunch of extra ability haste, and it's just constantly pumping spells. But Yuumi does what Yuumi wants at level 1. And so as soon as, Yuumi was Yuumi, and that Zeri started getting accelerated, it all just fell down from there. They had a brief moment where maybe they thought they could claw it back, only to get their heads caved in a little bit stronger. But you know what that means, Sekio?
It means that we're over with the semifinals. It means that we're going to the finals, and it means that our night today is over.
That is correct, my friend. It has been a bit of a long broadcast, not without its bumps and bruises. But would we really have it any other way? Yeah, actually, we'd like a bit of a smoother one. But that's fine, because we stuck it through for the whole thing. We got to witness a hell of a game 5, and I cannot say, despite it all, I was not entertained. So thank you so much for joining here at us here at Merc Academies. I have been Super Bren. That has been Sekio, and we are going to take our leave. Good night.
See you.
Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night, chasing